Hello, in this video I shall be discussing 5 topics. The first topic is Armed Forces Flag Day. So there is an Armed Forces Flag Day observed in India. This is celebrated on December 7th every year. This has started since 1949. So since then we are celebrating Armed Forces Flag Day every December 7th to fund armed personnel and armed personnel, ex-servicemen, and also for battle casualties of the country. So whenever armed people are needed and they need funding during battles, and also to support ex-servicemen of army. So for all these reasons, in 1949, there was a huge contribution by the public. So because of that particular day on which there was this contribution in 1949, December 7th is chosen. So there was this collection from people to fund these things, and when India was having its independence, our economy was low, a bit low. So in order to fund our army, people contributed. So that was our history. So because of that, we celebrate this day. And now there is no contribution of such army fund and all. But recently, the contributions have again started recently in 2020. So this is given a new name called Gaurav Ma. So under Gaurav Ma, armed forces are going to get contributions again from people as like it happened in 1949. So this is recently announced by Government of India that again contributions must pour in for armed forces from general public. So there is this news about this particular day. The next topic is Penn Hessel Tiltman. Penn Hessel Tiltman, as the name Penn says, this is about prize for some literature. We'll see about that. So the literature must be for history. So prize for history, we'll see who got it in 2020. Anita Anand, she is from India. So she is a British Indian actually, a British Indian journalist. And she is the one who got Penn Hessel Tiltman Prize for History 2020. So the book that she wrote that actually banked her this prize is The Patient Assassin, The True Tale of Massacre, Revenge and the Raj. So this is the huge name of the book she wrote, and the whole book contained about Jallianwala Bagh massacre. We know that in the history we had a huge massacre that took place in Amritsar in 1919. That was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So in that massacre, the whole story revolved about an young boy who is finally taken up or who is convicted for the whole thing of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And a story about this young boy is this, The Patient Assassin by Anita Anand. So to come about the prize, it is given for non-fiction literature. So that is not for untrue stories, but stories that had real historical content in them. So this is given for non-fiction, and this is given by an organization called English Pen. So the English Pen is the world's one of the world's oldest human rights organization. So this human rights organization speaks about freedom to write, freedom to read and all. So under this freedom to write and read, it gives this liberty to writers to write about some historical content and their observation about the content, about the history. So this English Pen gives this Penn Hessel Tiltman Prize every year, and Anita Anand is the one who got this prize for 2020. The next topic is Asian of the Year. So Asian of the Year is actually given to 6 people, 6 Asians for 2020, and from India we had a person who got this. His name is Adar Poonawalla. Adar Poonawalla is the Chief Executive of SII. SII is Serum Institute of India. So the Chief Executive of Serum Institute of India, Adar Poonawalla, got Asian of the Year award. This is given by a Singapore leading daily called the Straits Time. And we know about SII, it's a vaccine manufacturer. In fact, the world's largest vaccine manufacturer. So SII is the world's largest manufacturer that is based in Pune. And now it is coming up with a new vaccine called COVID Shield, and this is still under trials. So this COVID Shield is developed by SII in collaboration with other foreign institutes also like AstraZeneca and all. And this award is given because all these 6 people are fighting against COVID-19. So they are associated in one or the other way in creating vaccines or in helping COVID patients and all. So to reiterate on this fight against COVID-19, Asian of the Year award is given, and one person is from India. The next topic is women friendly city. So recently there is an index that has come out, that is Urban Quality of Life Index, UQLI. So this Urban Quality of Life Index is given by IIT Bombay, and it has come up with so many observations, but one particular observation is women friendly city. This is interesting, and the most women friendly city is seen as Chennai, and the least one is seen as Patna. So these two cities are in terms of women friendly, and it also gave another report regarding women, that is crime rate against women. So the highest crime rate against women is observed in Jaipur in Rajasthan, and the lowest crime rate is observed in Chennai. So with this we can come up with the most women friendly city, and the lowest crime rate against women is with Chennai, and Chennai is very fine with women's safety and all. And totally 14 cities are considered in the listing, and overall highest ranks in terms of urban quality of life index, not just the women friendly and all, but overall ranks constituted first with Mumbai, second with Delhi, Kolkata and Chennai. This is the sequence in which the ranks are given with urban quality of life index. So this also considered women literacy and gap in women and men literacy. So many things are there, and women friendly is also one such parameter. The last topic for today is Houbara bustard. Houbara bustard is the name of a bird. The scientific name of that bird is Chlamydotis undulata. This is the scientific name. This is also called as African Houbara. So by that we can say that this is mostly seen in Africa. IUCN Red List names the Houbara bustard as vulnerable. So they are very vulnerable in their numbers. They are near to getting extincted, and they have reached so far to vulnerable. And this status is the same since 2014. So since 2014, it's been 6 years, but still they are still in vulnerable status, and nothing has improved. And they can only live in arid habitats where there can be less rainfall or no rainfall at all. In dry, barren lands they live. So these are found in North Africa and Southwest Asia. So these are the two places where we can find Houbara bustard. And this recently entered into news because there was a hunt permission given for hunting down Houbara bustards in Pakistan. So Pakistan government allowed for hunting down these Houbara bustards for the hunting season of 2020-21. So this permission is given to only two people from Saudi royal family. So this is because this is the reason for which it is in news. So now only two people from Saudi royal family can hunt down Houbara bustard, because they are very precious for the meat, and it is a very rich dish. So Pakistan government gave this favor to Saudi royals to hunt them down. So they only live in arid habitats, and Houbara bustard is in vulnerable status in IUCN Red Data list. So these are all the 5 topics for today, and thank you.